Greg Sellinger is here, Hugh McFadden, the leader of the opposition, John Gerard, the leader of the Liberal Party. I want to introduce you to some folks here that we've invited here. Who do we have here?
My name's Jenna Liiciious. I'm a youth engagement coordinator for Aboriginal Youth Opportunities. What's up?
What's up? Yeah, come on, stand up here. Tell us a little bit. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the north end of Winnipeg.
Were you ever in a gang?
I was involved in gangs and stuff like that, and poverty, yes.
Did you go to school?
Yes, I went to school and I graduated, yes.
Okay. Did you ever drop out of school? Did you ever leave school?
Yes, I did. I left school in grade 9 because I got kicked out of my house, and so I had to live on the street. And I had to fend for myself, so that's why I couldn't go to school and educate myself. But then I went back to school and decided to empower myself.
What do these three leaders need to know about your experience in grade 9 and about what happened then? Because that's real for many kids who end up in gangs.
You guys need to know that, because there's such a high dropout rate in education or whatever, the reason why that is because kids have to face like poverty and like gangs and violence and drugs and stuff at home, and so that's why they can't focus on their education. So I was going to ask, dropout rates, they do suck, yeah. Reasons why is gangs, drugs, and poverty and violence, but how will you guys decrease dropout rates so people in poverty can succeed too?
Mr. McFadden.
Well, firstly, I want to just thank you, Jenna, for coming to share your story today. We had a chance to talk a little bit downstairs earlier, and Floyd, Wiebe, and others who have been involved in trying to tackle some of these challenges that you're talking about today. And it's absolutely clear that we need to ensure that even beyond our schools, the kids who are growing up in the North End or any neighborhood or any community in the province have people in their lives who are able to be mentors or role models. That's why we see really good work going on the part of organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs and others. We need more of that out there to provide kids with that kind of support and to encourage them to stay in school, because I think the most important thing for kids to have is a grown-up in their life who's saying school's important, you got to get there, we need to keep you out of the gangs, and if you do that, you've really got a lot of hope for a great future. And when I hear your story, that makes me so optimistic about the potential of this province, and it leaves us feeling a lot of hope that even those kids who are in tough circumstances can follow an example like yours. So thank you.
Mr. Premier.
First of all, I'm glad you've turned it around and you're going to make your life a success. That's fantastic. And you know what? North End has always had fantastic outcomes when it comes to citizens in Manitoba. They've gone on to do great things all around the world, so you can follow right along in that path. How do we make sure that kids don't drop out of school? First, schools have to be safe, welcoming places. People, when they go there, they got to know that's a safe place where they're going to get the support they need to learn and do it in a positive atmosphere. And that's why we've done things like safe schools charters, police in schools. All of those kinds of things make a huge difference. Secondly, we've got to have programs that respond to the needs of kids. If kids want to learn in a different way, we've got to be able to adapt to them. If they want to learn while they're working, we've got to be there with them while they're doing that, so that all of those experiences count towards their future. There are no dead ends. And that's why we need more diversity in our education system, and that's why we have to support teachers to do creative and innovative things that they're doing all across this province, so we can support them in doing that. And then we just got to believe and support everybody who wants to learn. They've got to have that opportunity to do that. We can't have barriers. If you want to leave school for a while, or you have to leave school for a while, and you want to come back, the door has to be open, and you have to be able to come through that door and get the support you need to succeed at any time in your life, whether it's at 16 or 19 or 45 years old. When you want to learn, we've got to be there with you to help you learn and support you to do that, and I believe we can do that.
Dr. Gerard.
Yeah, we're talking about one of the fundamentally important things, which is addressing the high dropout rates. And thank you for your comments and your questions, and congratulate you on overcoming the barriers that you have. We need to understand where the major problems are, and we need then to deploy the resources to address those. I mean, we have a major problem in the inner city of Winnipeg. There's a Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives report that came out not that long ago showing that something like 50% of kids in inner city are graduating, 50% are dropping out. That's way too high. We need to understand what the situation is in individual young people in individual schools, and we need to deploy the resources that we can make a difference. I was dealing the other day at a door in River Heights with a teacher who'd been teaching in the inner city, and he was saying, you know, I've been there for a long time, and it is just so frustrating that there hasn't been any real change, any real movement in this area in 10 years. And that's where we have to focus to make a difference. I can give you another example, which is quite similar. Camperville, a community which is in the Minister of Finance's constituency, a community where the dropout rate is probably close to 80% from various reports that I've got. Again, we need to understand what the situation is in those kids, and we need to make sure that we address that really effectively. They have a problem that when they get to grade 9 and 10, they have to move out of their community and travel half an hour in order to go to further grades. And it's one of the impediments and perhaps one of the reasons why we need to deploy better broadband and distance learning.
All right, Dr. Gerard, thank you so very much.